Good morning, students. In the last lecture we have seen subset, complement of a set and universal set. Their definitions also we have seen, and examples also we have done. Now we will move forward and we will do our next exercise, that is 1.3. And I think already we have done question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. Now we will do remaining questions of that exercise. Okay. Let us revise what we have seen in our previous lecture. So in previous lecture we have seen what is subset, what is universal set, and what is complement of a set. So let me revise quickly. What is subset? See, whenever you are searching for a subset, remember, first you see whether your smaller set, all the elements of smaller set is present on in the bigger set or not. If any element is not present in the bigger set, that means that set is not your subset. So basically subset is what? Subset is a small part of the bigger set, or you can say part of a set. Okay, means all the elements which you are taking should be coming from that bigger set, then only you will call that set as a subset. Now see the example. In set A and set B, you can see set B is smaller set and it contains all the elements which is there in set A. Yes or no? 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5 is present in set A. That is why we call B subset of A, and we can write it like this: B subset of A. Then we have seen complement. See, for complement, remember what you have to do. You have to compare your set with universal set, and whatever is extra that you will write. Whatever is extra in set U, that you will write as a complement of set, and we denote complement of set as a dash. So for B we have B dash, and those elements we have written which is extra in set U. Okay. Now we will move forward and we will do our exercise. In the last lecture we have already solved question number 1 and question number 2. Now we will move forward and we will do our next question, that is question number 3. Now see, in question number 3, what is given to you? Your set U, that is universal set, and it has 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Then your set P contains element 1, 3, 7 and 10. Now what is the question? First you have to represent set U, set P and its complement, that is P dash, by using Venn diagram. So let us do that. First part we are going to do, that is Venn diagram. And now see how to do Venn diagram. First your rectangular diagram is what? Set U. Then I have drawn a circle, and this circle is for set P. Okay, so first we will write set U and then set P, and already you can see circle is in the rectangle. That means this circle is a part of this universal set. That is, you can say that your set P is a part of U, or you can say P is a subset of U. Okay, so let us first write these two sets, that is set U and set P. Okay, so let us move forward and do that. First is what? Set U, and then this circle is for P. Now see how many elements are there in P. First 1 is there, then 3 is there, then 7 is there, then 10 is also there. Okay, now see, already we have written 1, 3, 7 and 10. So whatever is remaining, that you will write outside this circle. Okay, so what is remaining there? 2 is there, already 1, 3 is written, 7 is also written. So what is remaining? 8, 9, 10 already we have written. What is remaining? 11 and 12. Now see, whatever extra element, okay, is there in U, that we call P dash. Yes or no? What is complement? You compare this set with U, and whatever extra numbers you are seeing in set U, that is known as complement of P. So complement of P is what? 2, 8, 9, 11 and 12. That you can see from the figure, or you can say from Venn diagram. Okay, or by our rule also you can see. For P dash, compare P with U, and whatever is extra, that is known as P dash. Okay, so for Venn diagram it is okay. Now let us do second part. In second part you have to prove that P dash of dash equals to P. Okay, so let us solve it. First, what is P dash? P dash means what? You will compare P with U and extra elements you will write. So what is extra? 1 is there, 2 is extra, so 2 you will write, 3 is already there, 7 is also there, 8 is not there, so 8. Then 9 is also not there, 10 is there in both the sets, so what is extra? 11 and 12. Okay, so we got P dash. Now we want dash of P dash. So we want dash of this P dash. So compare this P dash with U. Okay, let us compare. See, here 2 is there, here 1, 2 is there, so 1 is extra, so you will write 1. 2 is already there, 3 is not here, so 3 we will write. 7 is also not here, 8, 9 already written, 10 is not written, so we will write 10 here, 11, 12 already is there. So you got 1, 3, 7 and 10 only. Okay, now see, this is your set P, we can call it 1. This is your set P dash of dash. Now you can compare this set P and set P dash of dash, both are same. Yes or no? So we can write our answer, that is from 1 and 2 you can clearly see set P and set P dash of dash both are containing same element, so we can conclude that P dash of dash should be equal to P. Okay, so in this way you will verify that complement of complement, it becomes equal to that set. Is it okay? So remember, whenever you are writing complement of a set, you have to compare that set with universal set, and whatever is extra element in set U, that you will write as a complement of set, just like we did in this P dash and dash of P dash. Okay, now let us see question number 4. In question number 4, what is the question? Already we are given set A, which contains element 1, 3, 2 and 7, and you have to write any 3 possible subset of A. Okay, so you have to write subset of A. Now what is subset? You have to write those sets which can be part of this set. Okay, let me write few example. Suppose I am writing a set which contains only one element. Let it be 1. Now tell me, is it subset? Yes, because this set is from this, coming from this set. Okay, similarly I can have one more set like 3, or I can have 2 only, or I can have 7, right? So these all are subset of this. Or even you can write 2 element set like 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 7, or you can have 3, 2, 3, 7, etc. There are many sets which can be subset. Even you can write 3 element set like 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 7 and all. Okay, so basically how many elements you have to write? 3. So already I have written 9 sets. Okay, you have to write any 3 possible subsets of A. So how to write it? You have to make a set which contains element which are coming from set A. Okay, got it now? Okay, now we will move forward and let us see question number 5. First see the question. We are given 5 sets set P, set M, set I, set B and set H. Let us see what is the set. P is the set of all residents in Pune. Means those individuals which live in Pune comes under set P. Similarly, set M is the set of all residents is in from Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh. Then I is there coming from Indore. B is there set of all residents in India. Then H set of all residents in Maharashtra. Now what you have to do? You have to write subset relation, means which set is a part of other set. Now see, Pune comes from Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Indore. You know Indore is a capital of Madhya Pradesh, so Indore is from Madhya Pradesh. And what about India? You know all these Pune, Madhya Pradesh, Indore and Maharashtra are part of India. So I can clearly say that these all set like P, M, I and H all are small part of set B, that is India. So we can write first that all are subset, right? So first P is a part of what? India. Pune is a part of India. Madhya Pradesh is a part of India. Then Indore is also part of India. Then your Maharashtra is also part of India. Then you know Pune and Maharashtra, which one is smaller? Pune. So Pune is coming from Maharashtra, so we can write P is subset of Maharashtra, that is H. Similarly, for Madhya Pradesh and Indore, you know Indore is a small part of Madhya Pradesh, so you can write I is a subset of M. Okay, because Indore is smaller than Madhya Pradesh and Indore is a small part of Madhya Pradesh. Clear with this? So you can clearly see out of these 5 set, which one is biggest? Your India. Okay, so which set can be your universal set? Universal set can be set B only, because B is India, and out of these 5 sets, which one is biggest? Set P. Okay, so universal set can be set B. Your second question answer is there. In second question, what is asked? Which set can be universal set? So I have written universal set can be set B. Okay, so students, I have solved all questions from 1 to 5, and remaining question number 6, 7 that you will not do, that is little tough. Okay, that is omitted. So for your syllabus, only your syllabus is still question number 5 for this exercise. Okay, now we will move to our next topic. See the topic. First is what? Intersection of two sets. So first understand what does it mean. Intersection means what? Common. Okay, so you have to write those elements which are common in those two sets. See the definition. The set of all common elements of set A and B is called intersection of set A and B. So remember, whenever you are talking about intersection, you have to write only those elements which are common in the set. Now see, I have written two sets, set A and set B. In set A you can see 5 elements are there, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In set B you can see 4 elements are there, 2, 3, 5 and 7. Now what we want to write? We want to write intersection of A and B. Okay, so then we want to write A intersection B. This is the sign of intersection. So for intersection, what you will write? You will write those elements which are common. So what is common in both the sets? You can see 2 is there and also 3 is there. So and also 5 is also there. So you can write 2, 3 and 5, which is in both the sets. So your answer will be 2, 3 and 5. Okay. So understood what is intersection? Remember, whenever you are writing intersection of two sets, you have to write those elements which are in A and also in B. That is common in set A and set B. So in this case, we are having 2, 3 and 5 common in both the sets. So your answer is 2, 3 and 5. Okay. Now we will move forward and we will see what is union of two sets. See, union means what? You are going to join those two sets, right? So you have to write all the elements of those two sets. Now what is the meaning of all the elements? You have to write elements of set A and also elements of set B. And remember, you are writing union, and what is the set rule? You cannot repeat same element. Okay, so if you have written already one element, then don't write twice or thrice. You have to write each element once only. So let us see how to write union. So for this example, I am going to write all the elements of set A first. Okay, so let me write all the elements of set A: B, C, D, E. Okay, you can see I have written all the elements of set A, that is A, B, C, D, E. Now I want to write all the elements of B, but remember, already I have written A, already I have written E also. Now what is remaining? I, O and U, and which I, O, U I have not written. So now I will write I, O and U. Okay, so in this way I have written elements of set A and elements of set B both. Clear with this? So remember, whenever you are writing intersection, you have to write only common elements, but whenever you are writing union, you have to write all the elements, and remember, you will not repeat any of the element. Okay, now we will move to our next important point, that is formula. Now see, what is the formula? Number of A union B. How to read it? See, number of A union B is equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. This is the formula for your next exercise, that is 1.4, and you have to remember this formula. See how to read it. Again I am repeating, number of A union B is equal to number of A plus number of B minus number of A intersection B. Now what is number of meaning? See, in this example, set A contains how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in this case, you can have number of A is equal to 5. Okay, how many elements? 5. Similarly, for this set B, you can have number of B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case also you can write number of elements of set B equal to 5. Similarly, for number of A union B, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so this is what we call number. Number means what? How many elements are there in the set. Okay, so for today I am concluding, and for next lecture you should remember all these points, whichever I have marked by star. Remember, whenever I am putting star, that means you have to remember these things. Okay, and revise it thoroughly. So first point is what? Intersection means common elements. Then union means what? All the elements. Then this is the formula, and this formula you should know. Okay, thank you.